In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a preset and a snapshot from scratch. So first what I'm going to do is press the mode button. That's going to show me the banks. So on a blank screen right here, we have to press the big knob. And let me do it down here so you can see it a little bit better, maybe. Alright, so I'm going to go in and say I want some delay. Let's just use a simple delay. So first of all, what you have to do, let's say I want to adjust the mix, right? You have to press the button and turn it at the same time, just for like the initial turn. And then after that, if you could see, there's a little line there on the mix. It's a vertical line, okay? That's what tells the HX effects to remember that setting. So wherever I have this at, okay, let's just say I have it at 35%, okay? Now I'm going to go ahead and save that. Now, let's go into here. Let's press the bank up and down at the same time. That gives me my snapshots. So let's go into snapshot 2. And you notice that the delay is still there, but now I'm going to crank the mix up to 70%, just for fun. So here's press save. All right, so now let's get out, press mode, go back to snapshot 1. And now you see that the mix is back down to, 35%. Okay, so I actually saved those two settings. See, now it's on 70%, okay? Now let's say I wanted this one to actually be off. I just turn it off, press save, go back to mode, go back to my snapshot. See, it's on this one. You can hear that's on. Snapshot 2. And there's no delay. So snapshot 1, snapshot 2, and there you go. Now notice that you're not getting spillover yet from both snapshots. So check this out. I have to actually have to go over, press the arrow key, and see where it says trails. I have to turn that on. Okay. Now also the scale. Let's check this out. So I'm going to press and hold on the scale, get that vertical line. And I think the scale is like is doing some kind of pattern thing. But I don't really want patterns on here. So I'm going to save that. Let's go back to snapshot 2 and see the trails is on this one, right? Now if I wanted to, I could press and hold. See, now there's a vertical line on there. So I don't have this delay on anyway, but let's say I wanted that off on this one. Okay, so I'm gonna show you both ways. So here's with the snapshot 1. Alright, so now I want you to notice something here, that on snapshot 1, my trails are on, but in snapshot 2, my trails are off. So normally you would want your delays and reverbs to spill over, have trails, whatever you want to call it, into the next preset, or in this case a snapshot. Let me show you what's going to happen here though. So if I play a chord, there's my delay. And notice when I switch to snapshot 2, the delay is off. Well, that's because I do not have trails engaged on that snapshot. So I'm going to save. And you always save after, every time you change something, you have to save it. Okay? Don't forget that. I've done it before. So now let's check out going from snapshot 1 to snapshot 2. The delay is going to carry over. So, hear that? Now you also notice that on the scale parameter I have all the way down, so it's just going to be a very, very simple delay. But on snapshot 2, my scale is up a little bit. So it's actually providing it with a different delay pattern. I don't know what you call it, but you can hear the change of pattern. So here's a simple one. And you notice that the pattern changed of the delay. So take this basic concept and apply it to anything else you would want to do. Okay? Let's just go to snapshot 3 and let's change the feedback. And let's go all the way up. So remember, you have to press and hold and then turn the knob, and then you'll see that vertical line up and down. So let's crank up the feedback pretty good here. And save. Always save. So now, notice on snapshot 1, the feedback is up because on snapshot 3, that was the first time I actually changed the snapshot mode, if you will. So if I wanted it to be different on this one, now since I still have that vertical line, I can change it. I can bring it down. Let's go to, let me go to, notice. Okay, it's still saved. Let me save it just in case though. So snapshot 2, let's make it middle of the way, save. Snapshot 3 is still all the way up. Now on snapshot 3 though, let's do this. Let's press and hold and let's make this. So notice before I want to change something, I have to push and then turn, and that's going to make that vertical line. So let's actually now make this a dotted eighth note. Okay, so we're going from 800 milliseconds, right? And it's still going to be 800, and now this one's going to be, let's make this a dotted eighth. Okay. All right, so let's go through these. So here's snapshot 1, snapshot 2. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, trails are still on. Okay, so here we go. Here's the okay, it's off on that one. Oh, because I didn't have it on. There, hello. So I'm showing you my mistake so you can see it's easy to forget, hey, I actually wanted that on the preset. So let's save it. All right, let's do it again. So here we go. Now notice I've changed the feedback from really high to a lower setting. So what you're hearing, that weirdness, is not necessarily going to keep trailing over the exact same parameter into the next snapshot. It's going to be changing from one snapshot to the next in real time, if you will. So keep that in mind if you're adjusting delay and reverb settings. It may not exactly be the smoothest transition, but it will have spillover from snapshots. So let's go from something less. See, there's the feedback. So let me hold a chord here. Okay, so that's just kind of the side effects of having parameters change of a delay, especially with time and feedback. You're going to hear like a little weirdness going on in the sound. But anyway, you can, copy snapshot. No, I'm not going to do that. All right, so another example. Let's add it to this one. So we're going to add Let's add a distortion. And let's do the Timmy. All right. And let me make sure in the signal flow that the Timmy is in the correct position here. So I want this to be before any delay. Okay, it's still on foot switch 6, which is down here. But I may not want that, and I'll show you something really cool here in a second. So if I take these two and touch them, notice it says swap foot switches 5 and 6. I'm going to say yes. Now, physically on the board, they've swapped. See, the Timmy's over here and the symbol delay's over here. And if we go to signal flow, you can see that my Timmy is here, and then my simple delay is here. So it is actually before the delay in the signal path, and it's the foot switch is farther to the left than it is on the than the delay is. So so that is really cool. So that just shows you that you can have the signal flow be different than the actual position of the effect on the switch face here. So alright, so here's my Timmy, and I am in Snapshot 1. So I'm going to push and hold the one parameter knob here. Let's make it a low gain. Okay. And let's raise the level up a little bit. So I need to push and hold. So there's a vertical line. And now I can adjust the level. So let's so let's say I want that to be my Snapshot 1. Okay. Now Snapshot 2, I'm going to have my level be up more. I'm going to have the clipping to be different. So now I got to push and hold. So there's a vertical line on the clipping now. And then let's say I want even more gain. Yes, more gain. And I want to cut the bass. So I'm going to push and hold and then turn at the same time to get that vertical line on the bass cut. And then let's save that. Okay, so Snapshot 1. See, the gain's lower. The clipping is in the middle. Snapshot 2, the gain is higher, and the clipping is all on the third style of clipping. Okay. All right, so we're just gonna check this out. Now let's say for fun, I want no delay on Snapshot 1, and I do want delay on Snapshot 2. Okay, so I need to save that Snapshot 2. I want delay, but I don't want that weird scale thing going on. I don't want all that. Okay, anyway, no delay on Snapshot 2. Alright, so Snapshot 1, here we go. I forgot. I did want delay on the second one. Sorry. I'm messing up here in front of you. So, Snapshot 1, lower gain, no delay. Snapshot 2, higher gain with delay. And that delay sounds horrible. So let's turn the feedback down. Let's turn the mix down, more importantly. I don't want the mix up that loud. And I want the time to go back to milliseconds. And let's just do 490, that's fine. Okay, so let's save it. Okay, so Snapshot 1. Alright, so now let's do something real interesting. We are going to, let's go to Snapshot 1, and let's add a reverb in here. And why I'm doing a reverb is because I want this to be last in the chain. See, it put it over here. So I'm going to take my little knob and move it to where it's last in the chain. And then I actually want to not assign it to a foot switch. So that's going to mean that it's not going to show up on one of the 6 foot switches. It's kind of going to work underneath or behind the scenes, if you will. So let's save that. And you'll notice that it's not on a foot switch. But we're still going to be able to hear it. Okay? So I'm only showing you this example so that you can understand that I can still control things via Snapshot even though they're not physically assigned to a foot switch. So okay, so obviously you hear the reverb. So simply what you have to do is go to signal flow, go to your reverb or whatever you have on underneath the scenes. I mean, you can do this with a compressor, you can do this with anything that you want. It doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and say I want my decay to be adjusted per snapshot. And let's do some pre-delay stuff. So you always push and turn the knob to make that little vertical line show up there. And then press the arrow keys to go back and forth. And let's make the mix really low on this one. And push and hold. Vertical line shows up. Let's make the high cut a lot lower. And we're not going to mess with all that stuff. But I am going to put trails on, because I do want trails always to be on. So, alright, so I'm going to save that. Alright, so here is okay, so alright, remember I didn't want my delay on this one, so I'm going to save that. Snapshot 2. Okay, I want to change my reverb, so I have to go back to signal flow. You know, my reverb is last in the chain here, so I'm going to touch the capacitance switch, and now I'm going to change the mix to be even higher, a little bit higher, and my cut to be a little bit lower. And I'm not going to change anything else. So, and my delay is also on. Okay, snapshot 2. Alright, so that's how you would control something when it's not assigned to a foot switch. And to get back to your normal presets, you just have to press and hold bank again. Not press and hold, but press up and down bank at the same time. And now you see we're back to our preset. So now let's say I wanted to name this. So I'm going to go to action. Well, maybe not. Let's go into mode. Alright, so I gotta save, not action, I just gotta press save. And the big knob is gonna scroll back and forth, right, to select which position you want. And then the small knob here is gonna select something. So let's call this low. I don't know. I'm going off of my initial letters here. Low power. I don't know why I'm calling it low power, but whatever. And then if you actually want nothing there, you just press that button. See, you see it scrolls to nothing, letters, a capital, and nothing. So save. See, it says low power. I don't know why it says low power, but whatever. So that's my preset there. And whichever snapshot you have on last before you go back into bank mode, that's the snapshot that's going to be saved on that preset. Here's the initial snapshot that you're going to have. So if you want snapshot 1 to be there, you just have to select that before you go out to a different preset. Okay. Now I know this was kind of long. I'm going to edit all this down. But if you have any questions, please be sure to leave a comment in the comment section, and I will do all that I can to answer as many of your questions as I can. I am Dr. McFarland. I'll see you in the next video. Keep rocking.